That Red Bull. Okay, and 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to CicadaCast. This is the Skinny Malone in the Game podcast, brought to you by Cicada Studios. Dennis is drunk off Red Bull. Hey, Brandon is also here.
I'm drunk off the ecstasy of life.
Okay. Okay, we're all drunk off something. I'm drunk off hatred and anger today because I'm upset.
Based.
Because our internet kept going out.
Oh, that shit sucks.
We got a guy to come by and fix it, and it went out once after he left, but it hasn't gone back out since. But I'm also not at the house because we're at the Plex. We're at the Palace, the studio. The Skinny Malone Bone Throne. That's canon. Steven, make it canon. Make it canon. All right. How you guys today, been?
Fucking exhausting.
True. Why, Dennis? Why, baby boy?
Obviously I'm under NDA because of where I work and all, but whole day been using this laser machine. It's so fucking funny. Huh?
Just keep tell your story. I wasn't even interrupt. It's just
okay. All day using this laser machine. Spend like 30 minutes trying to figure out how the fuck we're gonna block the laser light. Because
So you don't get blinded.
yeah, but it's not that bright. But even then, whatever. But I've been laser etching these mufflers, and the mufflers are like 30 inches long. They don't fit in that laser machine. So we kept the door open, jerry-rigged the buttons on them, where we put like a washer and a nut on it, just screwed it in, and it held the buttons down.
okay.
So the door stays open. The door has that window that prevents that UV light from hitting you. We left that open, because we've done it before. But we put this other film over it that technically doesn't stop UV lights.
It sounds like an OSHA violation.
Oh, it 100% is. 100% is. So I was standing in front of that. I turned around just for my safety.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm not going to look at the light. So I turn around whenever for like 9 seconds because that's how long it took to fucking laser etch that. But yeah, started from 9 till 4:10. Laser etched 82 mufflers, and still more to come because it's like 140 that we got to do. And then yeah, that's my whole day. It's gonna be like that tomorrow, and I guarantee myself that my boss is gonna try to get me to come in Saturday, and I'm gonna just like tell him to eat my ass respectfully because
I am a full believer of do not work more than they ask you to when you fill out your application. The hours you're applying for, do not go over. If you're a nurse or some shit, obviously, but like, yeah, if you work at like a place like that, or like especially like Dollar General or some shit, like if they're like, can you come in Saturday? It's like, is that on my?
Don't, because once you become that guy, like you're that guy for good.
you're that guy. Yeah.
Like once you feed the outside cats, they'll come back every day.
You know, like I work my 40, and there are on occasions where I accidentally go over like 2-3 hours. Okay, whatever. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But he's like telling people, "Hey, come in Saturday." Some people were there. They listen to him like, "Dude, you're already working 5 days a week for him coming in at 5:30, 10 hours a day. Why the fuck are you gonna keep coming in Saturday?" And it's just something that I guess they're so. It's the funny thing about people there. You know, they hate on our boss so much. They've been working with him for 10, 20 years now, and they hate on him so much because he's just a dick sometimes. But yet, they complain and complain and complain. Oh, I'm not coming in Friday. I'm not going to do this. And they had like half the shop come in Saturday. So it's like, why say all this shit when you're still going to fucking... You're literally just, what's the word? Contradicting what you're saying. Like, you're doing exact opposite. So it's just like, they literally make no sense there.
So have you like found yourself like, because this is obviously very different from what you were hired to do. Have you been like getting to experience like more areas of the shop, and like, do you enjoy that more than like what you typically do?
So just to put it into context as to what I do, what I was hired for was to be an E2 and purchasing assistant, which is just literally to assist in our data management program. What's up? What happened? We good?
I'm turning down Brandon's compression. I don't know. He sounds his P's are very...
Oh, okay.
It probably didn't work, but whoever.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And yeah, I just manage our data system or whatever. I just like, put out orders, fix any inventory. That's what I was hired for. Not once have I done anything purchasing related. And then sometimes I just get thrown out there. I'll do this, do that. And I have found myself doing other things I would prefer to do than to sit in that office.
Yeah.
But not, I don't know if it's something I would want to be like, hey, I want to stay here officially doing this.
Yeah, I guess it's nice having the, like, the little variable in there to like, okay,
like,
maybe the day I don't have to sit in the office. So.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like, so again, I went in there to help my coworker out with closing orders. My keyword is help. That doesn't mean
do it for him.
Exactly. And that's what it's become. Unless I'm out for that week I was out when I was in Miami, that's the only time he actually even touched those papers. So whenever I'm there, he's just there on his phone. And then he's like, oh, everybody knows him as the kiss ass of the company. Or to take it to further extent, he will do anything to suck his boss's dick.
The company cuck.
Yeah, exactly.
There we
He
go.
will do anything. He comes in at 5:30. That's fucking bullshit. It is, because there's no reason for a purchasing guy to come in at 5:30 for when, like, literally half his fucking vendors aren't even awake at that time.
Mm.
You know?
When he sends you emails and it says CC at the top, that's not because he copied it. That's just his company cuck initials. He's been, what is it? Branded with that? Brandoned?
Yeah. And so everybody knows him.
I am a bit of a cuck.
What can I say?
What were you saying, though?
Everybody knows him that way, right? But it's sad to see that, like, he's not the only one that's like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's one thing that I hate about, like normal workspaces is that it's all just a competition to, like, get to the top. And it's like, you can have friends there, but, like, if the boss is like, I'm going to give one of you guys a promotion, I feel like they will snake you to get that promotion.
Oh,
100%.
Which, I mean, do it. I mean, like, but it's just like that environment is so, like, ugh.
Yeah. And it's also, I've noticed it's not really competition because in some cases, yeah, it is, but to get that promotion feels like it isn't. Because for the time that I've been there, it feels like, from what my mom's told me, what she's not supposed to, but she's like, yeah, like, we have 42 employees there now. Before I started, we had like 37, 38. And within that year, at least 35, 36 of them all got a raise or something. So it's just like, it never felt like it was a competition. It felt like he was just making it fair for everybody, just being nice.
I think that's what,
you know,
bosses and managers should do.
But obviously they go based off how well you work.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
I just feel like if company production increases, I feel like the company should just increase its like payout because like the company's increasing. Like, okay, like whoever did it, okay, fine, we'll give them like a paid vacation or whatever. But like, I feel like, oh, the company's making more money. Here's more dollars, Dennis. And
now,
it's like
that's where it gets a little
like you're making a Hunger Games environment for the fucking.
That's where it gets a little controversial for us because last year, so with everything that everybody's told me, though people who've been there for 10 to 20 years, they're like, oh yeah, our boss used to be so much better about these things. Your first year there, you'd get I forgot what you would get. 5 years in, he'd get you a fucking Rolex. 10 years, you get a like custom-made leather Profap. You get a custom-made leather jacket.
Okay.
With the company name on it and all that to show his gratitude. COVID happened, got rid of everything. But then after that, he started seeing that there was a little buildup within the company, and all he's ever cared about is just money. Which, okay, in some cases it makes sense, right? And then last year it was every quarterly we would have a bonus that would come in. Right, because he saw that we were making a shit ton of money. The first month of that year, we made like $2 million somehow. We just fucking did. And so now it's kind of like teetering between that, but because he sees the fact that we couldn't replicate that same thing again, now he hasn't given us a bonus ever since the start of this year.
Mm-hmm.
So he just doesn't do it because he's like, oh, it's not worth it because you guys aren't doing as much. When he literally and he'll say that, he'll say that in front of you, as if he already doesn't like ask so much of these employees, and it's not fair.
Yeah,
you know, like these guys are busting their asses for him this project that we're working on became a last second thing because our engineer, he didn't get the approval from it until, again, last second, and now these mufflers, 150 of them, need to be done by next week to be sent out with racers and shit like that. And it's literally been just a rush job. He's gotten half the shop at the back working and lagging to get the mufflers insulated and all that stuff. And it's just, we're not getting any of our other side jobs done because of this one project. Anyways,
this is a call out to non-disclosed area,
exactly,
and non-disclosed location.
Yeah,
where Dennis has a non-disclosed job.
I'm venting now. At this point, I'm just venting.
Yeah,
he's literally
Dennis. Dennis Rodriguez has a his non-disclosed opinion on this company. His
gratitude towards us this year is funny because it hasn't even come from him. His sister had to come up with these ideas, like, "Oh, do this for them." Okay, and it's just literally been. No, that's how he will come up behind you and be like, he will look at you like a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Right?
Like you're a dumbass, or
like both senses of the word.
Okay.
Like, if you're, let's say for our shipping guy, he's, working on something for UPS, getting it ready to be shipped. He'll come up to him and be like, dead ass just stares at him for like a minute. And then our shipping guy's like, "Hey, how's it going? You need something?" "Oh, well, we have this and that and blah, blah, blah." And that's what gets our shipping guy pissed because he does all this shit last second. He doesn't know how to talk to people,
The shipping guy or the boss?
The boss.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to talk to people.
Kind of weird. You're a boss. You need to have like a boss mentality, but...
But yeah, back to the fact that like his gratitude this year has just been a bunch of lunches for us. Which is, okay, cool.
Pizza. How do you cover up crippling minimum wage?
Last week,
pizza party.
Last week, we grilled hot dogs for everybody. Right? We had hot dogs, chili. There was a racist joke that was
chili
floating
dogs
around there, too. Which I'm going to tell.
Uh-oh. Woo!
It's not that. It's not. Oh. It was our sales guy. Right? I'll say his name. His name's Lamar.
This fucking black guy.
Well,
I was going to say.
What? Were you going to say a name, too?
I was going to say, as soon as you said Lamar, my brain finally made that sentence I was going to say appropriate, and I was like, this fucking black guy, and then you said Lamar.
Yeah, because he is. That's the thing. He is a black guy.
Does he have a friend named Franklin?
No, I don't think so.
Shit.
But anyways, he comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, I'm going to tell Steve..." I keep saying names. I don't want to say names.
Steven? I think you meant our editor, Steven.
Yeah.
Yeah, you meant Steven, our editor.
I'm only saying Lamar's name because. Anyways, he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna make the boss's sister blush." I'm like, what are you talking about? So she gave up the list of what we're like cooking or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, we're having hot dogs, chili, watermelon, fun chips and stuff like that." And he's like, "I'm gonna make her do the full thing, like, because I'm the only black guy here. She decides to put watermelon just to joke around with her, and he's gonna be like, 'Oh, why don't you just do the full thing, huh? Watermelon, grape soda, fried chicken, and all that stuff.'"
She's like,
right?
"Oh yeah, I was sending you to the store to get that."
That's the thing. When he did that, she stayed quiet. She's like, "Oh my god." She was like dead quiet. She like couldn't believe he just said that.
I hate people that do that.
No, but that's the funny thing though. I saw that happen, and then I'm laughing. She points at me. He's like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, "I was part of that because I gave him 2 more of those options." It was fucking hilarious. And that day that we had
you're the real racist.
No, but he laughed with me because he knew. I mean, it was funny. And then the funniest thing about it is the fact that she actually went out of her way to go to Publix and get their like fried chicken bucket thing.
Okay.
She went there and she put on the tape. She put tape on it.
Lamar
only. And then when he saw it, he started fucking crying. He was fucking crying. The bad thing about it was the chicken was cold. But it was fucking. It was a good day. That was a good company lunch right there. I'll be honest.
That's pretty funny.
But anyways, how were your guys' day?
I was gonna say, it always makes me cringe, those like certain black people that like try to make their white friends so uncomfortable with like racist humor. But then I remembered
I'm white.
then I remembered one of the first things I ever said to Brandon
Wait, oh my
was
god.
I told him to say a certain word out loud, and he was like, we like barely knew each other, didn't we? And I
you were
asked
just
you,
some dude in my class.
and I was like, "Hey, yo,
We
Brandon,
were passing each other. In
hey,
the
yo, Brandon, say the
stairwell.
N word." He was just like, I think you mentioned that on the
Yeah, I
pilot
think we
episode.
talked. You didn't say what you said. but-
Yeah, I didn't know, but yeah, we can say it. Not it, but we can reference it. But well, I can kind of.
Yeah.
It's weird because like I can say it with a certain accent, but I can't say it. I can't say the word
Yeah,
Cause
yeah.
because you can words like I can say, if you get what I mean, like Giga Chad, but I can't say Gigger Chad. If you know what I mean. I have that luxury,
Yeah, true.
but
Just
I
wanna-
mean, I
just
call it
wanna
a luxury.
clarify that I did not.
Yeah, I do want to clarify. Brandon froze in fear and was like, "I don't want to say," and I was like, "You don't have to say it. It's fine." But yeah, I call it a luxury, but I feel like nobody really should be saying it, even my people, but they do. So what are you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do?
I mean, what are you gonna do about it? You say this, you say that, you say. So anyway, Brandon,
Yeah, how was your day, Brandon?
how was your day? You got some stuff to
Uh,
drop on us, I think.
Pretty uneventful. Ate some food and
Fuck yeah,
played
dude.
some
Hell yeah, bro.
Zelda
What'd you
Tears
eat?
of the
What'd you
Kingdom.
eat?
Lunch I had like a rice bowl with like avocado and tofu and like
Tofu.
Kewpie mayo and some sriracha.
Ooh, what mayo?
Poopy mayo, that's
Kewpie.
what
That's what I
I
heard.
heard that too. Okay,
Kewpie.
Kewpie. What's
Oh.
Kewpie?
It's like Japanese mayo.
I was like, Brandon.
What's the difference?
It's a little bit sweeter, I would say.
Okay.
Like it's made like with like different parts of the egg, I think, than regular mayonnaise.
What? Hold on, but what's regular mayo? What egg does regular mayo have? Is it just the egg white?
I mean, I'm not
I
fucking
think,
sure.
I,
It's
I
like-
think it's egg white.
Okay, because I was
Yeah,
about to
it's
say
like-
you're saying different parts.
it's
It's
like-
literally just two
Yeah,
parts to a
and,
fucking
like I
egg.
think. No, that's what I meant though. Like maybe not different parts, but like different ratios of like
Oh.
yellow to whites.
Sorry.
Then
go on.
ate some Cheetos because I was a little hungry.
What kind of
What
Cheetos?
flavor?
What's the sweet tangy chili?
Oh, the tangy chili.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that you guys have been talking
yeah.
about.
I got some on my bed
I haven't
right
seen
now.
that. Yeah, I haven't
Really?
seen those
They're
anywhere.
in Food
yet.
Line.
Really? I had to give that
Yeah,
a
you
try.
gotta get some, dude.
They're
Hell
they're
yeah.
pretty good. They're like better than the chili jalapeno ones, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Those are my favorite up till now.
I think so far my still like top tier Cheetos, just hot Cheetos.
These are like
Yeah.
way better than
Way better.
At least I think. Like,
Yeah. I would say so. Probably for like flavor, yeah.
Yeah.
For like spice though, I like the hot Cheetos.
But anyways, we're getting sidetracked. That's a whole other thing right
Then
there.
I had a chicken Caesar salad,
Oh my god.
some
Damn.
croutons. It's pretty
Steven.
good.
Put in some edits.
But other than
Bunch
that,
of chicken
I,
Caesar salads
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, make that funny, Steven.
Yeah, I kind of just played Zelda all day.
You played Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
I did.
I wish I had a better reveal for that, but a burp just
Yeah, you
loaded.
just like
I loaded a burp
kind of ruined it.
as
yeah.
well.
Preloading.
Okay, well, Steven, redo it. Come back, cut. Come back. He's not gonna cut. He's gonna leave this in. 'Cause he's
Sorry, Steven. Excuse me. How was your day, Danny?
Come back, Steven. Brennan played. Brennan played. What is it, dude? What's it?
Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
The chest opening thing. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You got a hook shot. Tears of the Brennan played Tears of the Kingdom. Let's just end that joke
Yeah.
entirely.
Yeah, you kept it going.
Steven,
man.
cut off the episode. End the episode. Okay, bring it back. Okay. What's your
Yeah,
review of
I've,
it? What are your thoughts?
Well, I can't give like a full review, but I can give my 100-hour review because I still haven't beaten the
Let's-
game yet.
Let's do like a 10-minute spoiler free, and then just fly off with spoilers after.
Let's see if you can come up with 10 minutes worth.
Yeah,
of
let's see if I can go
content.
10 minutes.
That's why I went over. If
I'm gonna move my mic back a little.
I might get my mic back a little bit.
Yeah,
Pulling
It's
this
really-
pillow out my ass. Sorry.
it's
go
really weird, like being back in essentially the same world as Breath of the Wild. Like, even though it's
Yeah.
different, like,
It's
there's
kinda like-
really only certain places that, like...
It's just kind of the Fallout 76 version.
Because
Everything's
there's really
destroyed.
only 2 new places, right? The sky stuff and then the underground stuff.
Yeah, but, like, the world itself has kind of changed, kind of like Cataclysm, World of Warcraft style, where, like, things are different now, and, like, there's really only, like, two towns that feel, like, really familiar. Like, there's other towns that are still there, but...
Like Kakariko or
Yeah,
something.
Kakariko and, like, Hatino, like, pretty
Can't
much
lie
the
to me, it's the
same.
main character of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, those are
That
pretty.
shit threw me for a fucking loop. My brain was like... nope. Nope. Nope.
But, no, for, like, the most part, like... Even though I've spent, like, plenty of time playing Breath of the Wild, it doesn't feel like it feels like I've only seen pictures of these places before, and now I'm there. Like, even though I have, like, been there in a game before.
Would you say this is kind of like the Destiny, like the whole Destiny thing, where they had Destiny 1, it was brand new, and then Destiny 2 feels the same, just with newer things added to it.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Like, if anything, like, it feels like Breath of the Wild was, like, a beta test for Tears of the Kingdom. And, no, like, I've really enjoyed it. Like, all the temples, well, 3 of the temples I really liked. One of them I thought was, like, pretty shit and short. And I feel like all the temples really could have been longer and, like, had more puzzles in them and stuff. Because that's what I really, like, enjoy about Zelda games, is, like, having these, like, massive dungeons that, like, take you a good while to get through. But
Are there any dungeons in the game, or is it just like those shrines from the first game?
it's basically the shrines, and then you have, like, instead of, like, the divine beast that you had in Breath of the Wild, like, you have temples instead, which is, I guess, more reminiscent of, like, Ocarina of Time and stuff, where you had, like, the water temple and all that.
All right, now before we get into spoilers, or I guess what do you want to say, Dennis?
Oh no, I just said damn.
Oh, I thought you was like and or something.
Yeah.
Before we get into spoilers, 1 out of 10, what would you give it?
It's an easy 9 out of 10.
Damn.
Ooh.
Alright.
Because I feel like,
That's crazy.
I'm sure there's
dude.
plenty of people who will give it 10 out of 10, but to me, 10 out of 10 is reserved for, like, perfection. And with a
I don't.
and I think you can give a 10 out of 10 to, like, a smaller game, but something that's, like, this massive, like,
Yeah.
there's going to be more glaring, like,
I feel 'cause
problems
it's,
or
like,
inconsistencies.
Jesus Christ. I feel because it's also Zelda. I think
Yeah.
anybody would just genuinely just like, it's a 10.
Yeah.
It feels
Yeah.
like sometimes it's a very unbiased.
The
Yeah.
name alone gives it like a higher rating,
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
on IGN, because
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo is probably like paying them to make some reviews.
But I feel like...
Now we're in the
My-
spoiler territory. Steven?
Yeah, I guess
Spoiler.
this is somewhat spoiler. So, after you beat, like, the different temples and stuff, the sort of, like, heroes of each tribe or whatever, you'll, like, gain their avatar that travels with you, and you can, like, use their power or whatever, like...
Oh, like the whole like going through shit.
Well,
Is that one of
no,
those?
that's something different.
Okay,
Like,
never
that's just your new hand that you got.
His Winter Soldier arm.
But,
Yeah.
what was I going to say? No, so, like, I think his name's Tulin, which is, like, this little Rito, like, or, like, the bird people. And he can, like, give you a gust of wind, like, while you're gliding.
Oh, he's like the so
Or,
he's-
like, Yanobo, which he was in, like, the first game, too. Well, I guess all the avatars have been in the first game. Yeah.
Does this take place before or after the first one?
After.
Okay.
So, like, a certain amount of time has passed. Like, you and Zelda, like, disappeared, but now you're back. And, like, there's kind of been, like, sightings of Zelda. But also sightings of Zelda doing some nefarious acts.
Oh.
And then, but no.
Zelda, what are you doing?
But I guess
To cut that silence, but
where my main complaint comes in is, like, it feels like the Switch controller needs, like, one more button.
Really?
Like, because the way, like, you use the avatar powers, like, it's similar to how, like, you use, like, your powers in the first game, or it's not similar to the way, but, like, the way you use your powers now is, like, how it should have been. Like, the avatar powers, like, you should just be able to press a button, and there should be, like, a wheel that comes up.
oh,
And you should be able to select it, but that's not the case.
Oh.
like you have to go up to the avatar, and like, press A on them to like talk, and then press A again to like activate it.
Ew.
And I feel like they could have like really
They could have even like just like
done
extended
something
a
else.
button
Yeah,
where like if you hold down a certain button, it'll like
and then like hold down
press,
another one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it'll
Man,
use.
just do a combo of
Yeah.
buttons. And that's
Because is it 4 powers?
Yeah.
They could have had. Well, does the Switch have 4 buttons?
Yeah, it has,
Okay.
it has the D-pad as well.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you
they
could
could have
just
used
use
like
that.
hold this button and use them with this like D-pad or the button.
Well, the thing is, like all the other buttons are used.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of like what I would have done is maybe like because
Just do a
like
weapon wheel.
pressing down like on the D-pad does a whistle. So I would have maybe moved the whistle because like you can use the whistle to like call the avatars towards you or like call a horse. I would have maybe moved that to like the sort of like spell selection, if you want to say spells, will, and then taking the camera option and then just put that, like combine that with when you press like down the right analog stick or analog stick is like what brings in like the thing where you can like zoom in and stuff, like just make that to where that's the camera too. And then you could have had it to where like if you press down it could have brought up a wheel that would let you select like which avatar power you wanted to use.
I was gonna say do like the GTA weapon switch thing where you just hold on the bumper and like it stops time for a little bit and you switch the thing, and maybe on like hard mode it like won't slow down time, so you got to be faster.
Yeah, like something like that can be dedicated to like one of the triggers or the bumpers, where like you press that button and then you use the D-pad for that specific thing. But
them Nintendo boys ain't doing right.
That's like my only real complaint about it. I will say it's definitely the most unique way I've obtained the Master Sword in a Zelda game.
Really? What do you do?
So, I guess this is like major spoiler territory. So Zelda has been like basically sent to the past, and so you have these. There's like all these like legendary heroes or whatever that have these tiers that the king gave them that kind of like amplifies their power. And so she's like trying to figure out, because her power is time, so she's like trying to figure out how to get back to the present. And so like while this is happening, she kind of like figures out, I guess the king's sister, I can't remember her name, I think it might be like Mina or something. She says something about like, oh, well, like if you swallow one of the tears, you'll become a dragon basically, and like basically be eternal.
What the fuck?
Okay.
And so eventually, like
this is some
when
lore?
you collect like the final like teardrop or whatever to like unlock the memories, you like get a cutscene of Zelda like swallowing the fucking tear, and then you see that she becomes a fucking dragon and she's been fucking flying around this whole time.
What?
And so you have to like get on top, and like she's like lost all her humanity because she's a dragon at this point. And like, because I guess like also I forgot to mention like,
and then
you don't have the Master Sword because like you kind of accidentally, I guess, like sent it to her in the past because it was broken. But like I guess like being in like
you sent off a piece of the sword to the past.
Yeah, it's like the blade itself was like kind of broken off.
Yeah,
which happens in like the first cutscene.
Yeah, it's at the beginning, kind of gets corrupted and like melted almost.
I've seen that cutscene.
And so she like, I guess her like holding it within her power for so long like rejuvenates the sword. And so you finally like you get on top of this dragon and it's like, kind of like embedded in her head, but not like
kind of like a
it's
sword in the stone.
It's not in her brain or anything, but it's like held like wrapped up in like the fur of the dragon.
Oh, okay.
And you have to have like so much stamina, I guess, to be able to pull it out.
Yeah.
But I was like,
that's pretty cool.
A pretty fucking crazy way to
it's like a lore way.
Sword. Yeah.
Instead of just like going to a forest and
Yeah.
a tree is like, touch it. And then you just go,
don't be weird about it, just touch it.
Yeah, don't make it fucking weird, kid. Just touch it.
No eye contact.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch it.
No teeth. No, wait. I thought I was supposed to use my hands, tree. Yeah, just don't put your teeth on it is what I meant.
But it's
That's what I meant.
There's just like so much shit to do in the game. Like even like one of the things, like one of your quests is find like every like water well that's in the game, because like every single water well there is, like you can go down inside of, and like there'll be treasure or maybe a monster sometimes.
It's all about the
there's
little
like
seeds that...
Oh yeah, there's plenty of Korok seeds to get to them.
Like, does this game come with a map, like when you buy it physical, or like because
Like GTA.
Yeah, because I feel like if you're gonna have all this fucking shit in your world, like they need to make like a map and release it. Cause like,
well, I guess that's like kind of part of it is like unlocking the map. Like that's kind of one of your side quests.
Probably kind of like Elden Ring. The
It's
further
where,
you
like-
go up, the further you discover something.
Well, it's like there's like these. You know how they had the towers
yeah,
in the first game. Or there's like
Oh.
towers in this too,
Like-
and then they like. So you go to those, and then the way you like unlock the map is like sometimes you have to fix something with the
Oh, okay.
tower. Like you have to find a way inside of it. And
I
then
mean
you,
like a little map of like all the points of interest
yeah,
mapped.
but
So
then you
know
like
where to go.
go into it, and it launches you like way the fuck up in the air, and you like take out your, I don't know what it's called, a Purapad in this game.
It's
the
It's not.
Switch.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
not the
it's
Sheikah
literally a
Slate.
Yeah.
Switch.
it's not the Sheikah Slate. It's the Purapad.
It's like
Pepe.
the sideways thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and
the
you
Switch,
like
yeah.
record the
It's a PSP.
area around you, and then that's like
Oh, that's
what
pretty
unlocks
cool.
the map, the like unmapped area for you.
So it's like an extended thing of like, I think Ghost of Tsushima has something, not to that extent, but like when you go to a point, I think it has like a tower or something that you light up,
Okay.
and it kind of like discovers that whole area. I think Ghost of Tsushima does that.
I've never liked the tower thing, to be honest, or the Korok seeds thing.
Yeah, people
It's
wasted
just
their
too-
time
it's just too
wasting
fucking many.
like finding that shit just to get a fucking piece of dung.
That shit should like give
In
you
the
like
first
infinite
one.
stamina or like infinite Master Sword battery or some shit when you find them.
Yeah.
But it's just like you did it,
That's
kid.
the funny thing.
What's it-
Somebody's gonna do this
Is
shit
it
again.
used this in the first game?
Won't be
Is
me.
collecting the Korok seeds like is that how you expand your inventory in the first one?
Oh, I don't know.
Because that's how it works in this one. I haven't played Breath of the Wild.
I
now,
think it
but-
is.
Could
Yeah,
be.
so it's like the same way in this one. Like you'll be able to like
Okay, so if that's the case, then there's a good use for it.
yeah.
But at the end of it all, you
And
just get a
it's-
gold
how-
dung.
But how many are them though?
In the first one was 999.
Yeah, there was
I don't
like-
think that's worth it.
It's not.
Maybe like
Wait,
50.
I'll expand my inventory like by a couple, but that's.
I think it's good to have that many though, because then like you don't have to find every single one to like have a decent like amount of inventory space. Because if they were like really spread out
Yeah.
and like only
Oh.
a few of them, then you would like really have to know where they
I
were.
thought you
and find them.
found all 900 to get the inventory space.
No. It's like
Because
It's
when
like
you meet
an-
the first guy and like give him the seed, he'll upgrade one of them, and then
Yeah.
you meet him again, he'll do it again. So like every like 10 or 15, does he do it again or something
it's
like
so it's like an increasing cost.
that? Mm.
So it starts out with like 2 Korok seeds,
Oh,
and then
so it's
5, and
kinda
then
like,
8, and then 12.
Yeah, like the Legends Arceus guy,
Yeah.
where he like I think you went up to him and he increased your
Yeah.
inventory space, but like every one he'd increase it by like 300, 400 money, which it was a ridiculous amount. It was fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't think I ever unlocked all that.
I don't think I
I-
did either. Fun
so,
game.
Tears of the Kingdom sounds pretty good. Sounds like
Yeah.
pretty based,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
I
I'm having a problem with it that I have with like all games is that it could probably be even more enjoyable, but I don't necessarily like make use of all the mechanics that are there.
yeah I do
Like-
that with all games I play.
I'll like build like the Zonai devices to like get from point A to point B sometimes. Like, but I haven't like really experimented with like making a bunch of crazy shit with
Yeah.
it. And like, it was the same thing when I played Legends Arceus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could lock on to Pokemon to throw the Pokeball.
I've never used it.
Never did.
Yeah.
And you could like throw certain food to like lure Pokemon out. Never fucking did it. Like,
I always threw the food, but I didn't know that it was to lure certain.
yeah, or I don't
Pokemon
think
out.
it like lured them,
Like,
but it like
I
distracted
know,
them.
I know it pulled them into the fruit to like, oh hey, look, there's
Yeah.
a piece of food here or whatever.
That's how I played
Yeah.
Spider-Man. I like barely use any of the gadgets.
Same.
I just punch the fuck out.
I
of
only
people.
use like the
Same with Batman.
with in Spider-Man where like you get that ultimate or whatever, and it does like the bigger gadget thing.
Oh, the ultimate suit.
No. Like when you so you had your gadgets, but then you had that one like big boy gadget. We'll put it that way. Like there's this one move called Wet Blossom. It was like one of those special moves, and you like fill it up, and it just starts shooting at everybody.
That's the only one I use. Yeah, I use that one. I really just use my ultimate, and then I use like I might use like the little tripwire if I'm doing stealth,
Yeah.
or I might use the impact webs to shoot guys
them
and
straight to the wall.
shoot them off the roof. Is what I do. But I really don't really use anything. I don't use the shit that makes them fly in the air. I don't use the shit that makes them like make a fake Spider-Man holodrome in Miles Morales.
Mhm.
Like I I just punch guys.
I think that's a lot of things, and like
sometimes there's too many options.
They really
so you make no choice because there's too many choices.
Yeah, and I do the same thing that I do in like all games where like I'll have plenty of stuff to use, like plenty of good weapons, but I'll always like select my weakest one. So that one breaks. So I have like these like really nice weapons and shields and stuff that I just
just got like level 60 fucking bows and shit that you just never touch. Yeah. I do that with Forza too, or like all racing games. Like I'll just buy like some cheap JDM cars and like never touch anything else because it's like I haven't got all my excitement with these cars yet. So like I haven't even got the chance to buy like the $1 million like Bugatti or some shit. When I'll have like $30 million, I still just will buy like the cheap cars first because I want to buy the cheap ones and then get the mid price and then get the expensive and then get the uber rich ones. Yeah. I think before I quit Forza Horizon 5, I think I was up to buying like the Camaros and shit. So like the like reasonably priced sports cars, but I stopped because Forza 5 dropped me. I didn't drop Forza 5. Okay, they got some new update or whatever. They're adding like trucks or some shit or like some rally shit.
Yeah, there was a rally expansion
again, and Hot Wheels again.
I'm just getting bored of Horizon now.
It's because they don't have any competition. Like, so they don't have to like innovate because like this is the only game you can buy like AAA open world racing game. So just come get your comeuppance again. Yeah. Come get your food again.
I'm glad I bought it at super cheap before it even came out.
Yeah.
Because they had that whole like deal at the beginning of it, like super fucking random special deal where like you got the game and you were getting the season pass for like $40 for some reason.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll snatch it.
I didn't even buy it. I just played it on fucking Game Pass.
Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, Need for Speed wasn't going to be the competition that I thought it was going to be. It had a really good launch, Unbound, but I think it just died off. I think it's because they're two different types of games, kind of. Forza Horizon, they're both arcade. Like, people that call Forza Horizon Simcade, motherfucker, you can do a barrel roll off a mountain and then survive. This shit ain't Simcade. No. Formula 1 is Simcade. Gran Turismo is Simcade. But, like, the Forza community used that Simcade, it's not realistic, to, like, shit on the Need for Speed players. And it's like, motherfucker, before I played Need for Speed Unbound, I was doing barrel rolls in a Hot Wheels car in a fucking Lego McLaren 720S in Forza 4. Okay, this shit ain't realistic. Okay, this isn't fucking Assetto Corsa. All right, calm the fuck down, you TikTok nerds. Okay, but they're two different games because I think they're trying to do two different things. Forza's trying to be like basically Pokemon with cars, where it's like this is an open world, shit's happening. You can go look at it if you want. Well, a few things are happening. The world's kind of dead, but collect as many cars. There's like 900. You won't collect them all because some of them are like locked behind season events and like all that shit. But I think Unbound is like a cops and robbers, like you're the bad guy, get away, Fast and the Furious type. And I think they're two different games. So like it's like apples and oranges. You can't really.
And I think Need for Speed like could potentially make a game like that would be good.
Yeah, I think it would be really neat if Gran Turismo made an open world game. If they had that Gran Turismo physics and engine and graphics, I mean, it had to be dumbed down a little bit because like high graphics and open world game won't look that.
It's not good.
But the PS5 is pretty impressive. But I think if they made like Gran Turismo Street or some shit where it was like another Simcade. Well, Gran Turismo is kind of a Simcade game with like open world mechanics and like I guess kind of a story if you want. You don't really need one, but I think you do. But people don't really care. So like I think then Forza would have competition and then they would start actually doing stuff. Then they might fucking take us to Japan. Maybe finally.
Yeah.
They might do it next time.
I think they will next time. But yeah, I don't see Gran Turismo ever doing that though.
Yeah, he's the guy that makes those games is pretty set on like he likes track racing. Like he grew up Formula 1 and NASCAR, so he likes track racing. So, but it's all on Need for Speed, and we were gonna get Car X, but I think Car X Street I don't think that game's getting developed anytime soon. I think it's getting cyberpunked. It's getting delayed.
It's been a pretty bad year for games, honestly.
For racing games, I would say.
I think more than just away from the racing game. We've had a couple good games come out, but like every time somebody releases something, it's either decent, I wouldn't say like good, or like super fucking trash, like that whole Lord of the Rings Gollum thing.
That shit rough,
That
bro.
looked horrible.
Shit
Why is
rough.
that? Why does that game exist?
Then Redfall, that vampire game that
shit.
Xbox has been like hyping the fuck up, and it was super unfinished.
I was nervous because I thought that game was the game with the like cyborg women and like the Russian guy with
No,
that like.
that's Atomic Heart.
And I was scared. I was like, "Fuck! I hope that game was good. It looked good." But
Yeah, Atomic Heart didn't seem
Yeah,
like it had any
supposedly it's pretty
problems.
good.
To it.
I've like followed Atomic Heart for a really long time
Yeah.
because like the old trailers and stuff were just like so insane. I was like, holy shit, and I kind of forgot about it.
it seems a little ambitious though, because didn't they say something in the trailer that was like,
It's already out.
yeah, but didn't
Yeah.
they say something in the trailer that was like, oh, it's. There was
They
some
were like
idea
kind
that
of like
was like.
shading, I think, another game too with it,
Mm.
if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like something about Fallout better,
Probably.
or BioShock or something. I can't remember.
But I will say about Nintendo, I think they got to improve their hardware.
oh yeah,
Listen,
Yeah, I
they've
mean,
got. Listen,
it's old at this point.
You can sell your game consoles solely off your IPs, but we can't deny that Tears of the Kingdom looks
could look
identical
somewhat, yeah.
to Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
And
Yeah, same engine.
and it's like-
I wouldn't say there was ever a graphical improvement to it.
I just feel
there are
like
some graphical improvements.
I feel like if you're gonna make like a simplistic like art style like that with a game, I feel like you have to stylize it. But if you look at Breath of the Wild's art style, it's like it's very gray and muddy, and like some of the textures are just like very uninteresting, and it's like it just looks like low res to me. Like I think like Mario Odyssey was very like simple style, but like Mario has a very stylized look, and like Bowser and like all the like little like buildings and all the cars and shit. Like it looked like even the Donkey Kong world or the Kong City, like it looked realistic, but it was still like stylized, you know.
Right.
Whereas like Breath of the Wild is supposed to look realistic, I guess. I don't know. There's not really a style, but it's supposed to look
Yeah,
like
it is.
kind of realistic, but like
Like I don't have any complaints about the graphics, but like the style is definitely ambiguous. I
yeah,
would
it's
say,
like what are we going? Like Wind Waker had a style,
oh yeah,
and like I would say Ocarina, even though that game was like old, it still had a style.
yeah.
Like I think
Twilight Princess.
think
had its
Ocarina-
style, too.
yeah,
That one hit the like realistic mark. I think a little bit better.
like Skyward Sword and like Breath of the Wild are
What
like
was it,
kind of
Sky-
comparable graphically. like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like far as like style, Skyward Sword has style. I feel like
I think Skyward Sword looked a little better
Than Breath of the Wild?
Unless I'm thinking
I think so.
wrong.
Yeah,
I think so.
I could agree with that.
But it's like, what's the style? I don't know. It just looks kind of. It just ends up looking.
I think a lot of it
unfinished.
came down to the fact that they were making like this huge fucking world,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah,
were like,
they knew they
how
had
do
to,
we
like,
feel this? And it has to run on a device that can be
Mhm.
played like handheld.
On a
Yeah.
fucking SIM card, little fucking game
Yeah.
thing. Like
Speaking of handheld, did you see that stupid shit PlayStation announced?
I didn't watch the PlayStation thing.
They-
Well, I did, but I didn't really pay
So
attention.
they're calling it the Project Q,
Wow.
and they showed it off and everything,
Steven, put it up.
but it's literally not what you would want it to be. What people would have hoped.
It's
for
not
it
a
to be.
PSP.
It's not a
basically.
PSP.
Okay.
Literally, all it is. I think they're gonna go down. People are saying that's like going
Are they
down the
gonna,
same
like,
route as like a Wii U or
Cloud
something
like
that.
streaming.
Oh, I thought
It's-
it was like a Steam.
yeah,
It's not
it's-
like a Steam Deck.
No, it's literally only used for remote play with your PS5. So pretty much, if your PS5 is on or whatever, then you can link up with it and play your games through it that way. But
So
only under Wi-Fi.
okay.
So you,
So it's literally
So it
do you
just
have to be on the same Wi-Fi network?
well.
That's
I
dog-
don't know that.
Oh, I
I
was
just
about
know
to say, that's dog
they
shit.
said it's on. They from what I'm remembering, they said it's using Wi-Fi.
So if you're
But they didn't really specify any more on it.
so that product was made for people that are playing on their 4K 60 FPS TV, and they're like,
Wonder how I could have
What
it on
if
this
I was-
iPad size.
what if I was playing this on a sideways iPhone?
pretty much?
With probably
And it
less
looks
resolution,
fucking ugly,
less
too.
frames.
It's so ugly.
I'm
It's the size of it is bigger.
gonna look it up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The screen on it is like a Samsung tablet screen maybe, and the fucking Joy-Cons on it or
What's
the
it called?
controller, they literally split the PS5 controller
The
in half.
PlayStation Q.
It's just called
Project Q.
PlayStation Project Q. Literally, they split the controller in the middle and put them on the side of this fucking iPad thing. It's so stupid.
This looks like some shit William Osmond would make as
Why
a
would-
joke.
I don't think it's gonna do well.
It doesn't seem
That
comfortable
was
to hold
fake.
that.
It really
I thought that's how fucking big it was.
No,
I was gonna say, Jesus.
No,
This
he
is-
has it right here. Unless you already saw which one I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm seeing it.
Yeah, it does not look. I don't know. It just doesn't look very ergonomic at all.
No.
Like,
Doesn't look very comfortable or useful.
It
Yeah.
just like looks so fucking stupid, honestly.
They had Spider-Man 2. That was pretty good. The Black Spider-Man. 2 Black Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They got Mijo. And they got,
What?
that's what Miles' mother calls him.
Oh, that's right. I guess she's Puerto Rican.
Mijo.
Yeah, Mijo.
And then they got, Pijo. Black Spider-Man.
Such a bad joke.
Why is it bad?
It's just so bad.
That's his name. They got. I like how like the voice actor for Spider-Man is Sasuke Uchiha in English, and
Yeah,
he's just
Yuri
doing
Lowenthal.
he's just doing his Sasuke. He's just doing. Oh, but he has big teeth. So do I. It's
Yeah.
like, that's so Sasuke.
Yeah, it really
That's so.
was.
That's so.
But I like
kitty.
it. He's such a good voice actor. He's so cool.
Yeah.
Like you could hear the voice change within him, like when he's like, because he's in the symbiote suit, that always changed his demeanor and like
Yeah.
how he was angry with people, and you could hear it in his voice in that trailer.
I think he has a nice voice.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much range though.
That fucking kick though,
He's kind of like Tara
I
Strong.
think everybody enjoyed that one part of it. In the beginning, where like he was showing off the symbiote suit, and then he just like pinned this guy to the one, just started fucking
Oh yeah.
happy feeding his fucking
Yeah.
ass, dude. That shit was fucking awesome.
The thing I liked the most was how Miles went from one side of the fucking city to the other in 5
and
seconds.
that fucking
when he
glide,
like,
I
when he
love
like,
it. That glide suit.
yeah, like jumped
Oh,
out.
and the super slingshot.
Yeah, I was like, whoo!
Oh my
That
god.
looks fun.
I'm
And
happy they got the wingsuit thing.
Yeah,
That
and the
shit's so
wingsuit. Yeah,
badass.
that looks pretty cool.
Mhm.
I hate Miles' voice actor.
He's been the same one, right?
Hate him
Why?
because Miles is supposed to be like 17, 18, and he's still doing this like, "Hey Peter, I'm 12 years old."
Yeah, he has a very childish voice.
When I was 18, I sounded like this. It scared my mom.
Yeah.
I woke up one morning and I was like, I was like, "What's for breakfast?" And she was like, "Ah!" But yeah, and I don't like nerdy Miles. I like hood Miles. I like Spider-Verse Miles.
Spider-Verse.
I like the Miles that like had an uncle that tagged trains and like wore Nikes
Mhm.
and listened to Ray Shrimmer and was like,
But still
you know,
nerdy in some
had
case.
some type of
Yeah.
culture in him
Yeah.
somewhat. He wasn't just Peter but Brown. Because like Peter's the nerd. Peter's the
Yeah.
like, you know, gullible nerd that gets used by Black Cat and
Yeah.
Gwen Stacy in some comics and Mary Jane. And he's like, I don't know, I'm just so and Miles is kind of like I'm from Harlem. You know, I'm a kid from Harlem, and I act how you would think a black kid from Harlem would act. The exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
Oh my god, dude. You never saw that, did you?
Nah.
So
This-
when Miles Morales first came out, one of the reviews from, and I think it was IGN,
It was IGN.
they're like, oh, he acts like every exaggerated, he had the exaggerated swagger of a
No, it
black
was-
teen or
It was
something
like
that.
it was like look how he swings with such
Yeah,
the
there we go.
exaggerated
Yeah.
swagger of a black teen.
Yeah, we're like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Woo! You know a
God,
non-black person wrote that.
And like when
script.
they showed off Miles again in this Spider-Man 2 trailer, everybody started memeing. It's just like
Exaggerated swagger.
exaggerated swagger.
I saw it on the YouTube live.
Yeah.
Exaggerated swagger.
Like, who's approving like these articles?
Why
like,
would you why say that?
My
Why?
mom's calling me.
Why say it?
Because like
Your mom's calling you?
Yeah.
because white.
I don't know what to do. Do I answer?
Yeah, answer.
Tell her she's live on the podcast.
Pick it up. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that.
Put her on the pod.
Hi, mom.
Dennis.
Okay, pues todo bien.
Don't put her on the pod.
Ah, me imagino.
Hello, I love you.
They all say hi.
And I love her.
Danny.
Um.
Yeah, no, she heard she heard
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, mom.
She says hi back.
Hello.
Yeah. Danny sends a kiss. She sends another one to you.
Mm. Yes.
Okay, pues, mom.
Put her on the. You fucking.
All right, bye. See you.
Put her on the. She's gonna be on the pod one day.
Anyways.
Anyway, now that I'm soft again, we can talk about Yeah, I don't like his voice. I think the voice actor's trying to go for like a really nerdy Miles, which probably exists in the comics in some issue. So you can stop typing the actually. I think Miles with Nikes and a jukebox and spray cans is cool. That's the Miles I think
a really
of.
Cool iteration of Miles.
Because we don't want just Peter again, but
Yeah.
because the voice actor that talks for him has a deep voice, like he has a manly voice. He just won't. It's either his interpretation or like Insomniac's direction. They're like, just sound like an actual fucking 6-year-old. Can you? It bothered me so much in his own game, Spider-Man 2.
Miles Morales.
Well, technically Miles Morales, but technically Spider-Man 2, kind of. Spider-Man PS5 DLC,
Yeah.
basically.
But
which I
just
hope
as
this
long
game
as the
isn't.
game. It was a pretty long game.
Spider-Man on PS5 was a little longer though.
Well, yeah,
Spider-Man
because that was a
PS4.
mainline, but Miles Morales was also a mainline game.
It should have been DLC in my opinion though.
I would have preferred just get.
Because
think people
Roxxon
would've-
was just Sable.
Yeah, but like I don't think people would have appreciated that. Oh, you only get to see Miles in a DLC,
Well,
and DLCs usually are pretty low, like short. I'm
Yeah.
glad he got his own game. I think it's much better that way than like, oh, here's a 2-3 hour DLC.
I mean, I don't even consider it its own game. It's pretty short to me, but maybe
It's
it's
like 12-13 hours, dude.
That's short.
that's pretty short.
Yeah, okay, but it's still a mainline game regardless.
Yeah.
Longer than what a DLC would be considered.
That's true.
DLC is
Yeah.
probably like 6-8
The
hours.
the DLCs for Spider-Man, like PS5 or PS4, whatever.
They were like
All of them. There's like 4 of them each. I think it took me at best probably like 6 hours to beat all of them.
maybe.
At best.
I don't know.
But anyway,
I'm a grumpy boy.
We can continue.
I'm a game grump, if you would. Yeah, what things? Tears of the Kingdom 9 out of 10. Spider-Man's coming out soon. Woo!
We just know it's fall 2023.
F1 23 is coming out and around the corner. I'm getting a tattoo soon.
Oh yeah.
That Naruto one I sent you.
Yeah.
I'm getting that done June 10th, and then I'm going to see my boss, Caswell Turner. Shout out Caswell Turner. Woo, Steven, put a woo. Steve, woo. Woo. That's happening. We're going to an event, a dinner, a little party, a little shindig. I'm probably gonna have to get an Airbnb down there because it's gonna be a few days.
Yeah,
So
where at?
it's on the beach.
Myrtle Beach?
No.
Outer Banks?
No, not Myrtle Beach. Anything but Myrtle Beach.
She
I
said
don't know, I
something
don't know.
like, "This could be wrong, but I might bleep this, but it's Emerald Grove."
Sorry.
I think
I don't
so.
know.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know North Carolina like that.
Yeah, it's around there if you know. But yeah, looking forward to that.
Hell yeah.
I think that just about wraps up this episode. If you guys have anything else to say, you shut the fuck up, Dennis. What do you have to say, Brandon?
Jet fuel can't melt.
Okay, bye.
How was your day, Danny?